All right, Nick, welcome back to Nick and Jeff. You're Nick, I'm Jeff, and Nick,
I'm Nick.
today we're going to talk about why racing games suck and why we hate them. And they're so dumb.
Oh yeah, it's like again, just a weird topic for us. But I was like, yeah. With me getting a new car, still no one knows what it is.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! I don't know if that's a pun for cars, but
Oh. But Nick got a new car, and I think with having a new car, you want to go fast. So we're going to talk about going fast in lots of different racing games.
yeah, and why
Nick,
it's fun to drive real cars and not
why,
video game cars.
we've got a bit of a, I'm going to say it's a clickbait title, why racing games suck.
Yeah.
Why don't you love racing games?
Why don't I love
Why do you
racing games?
think we don't love them?
Why don't I
Or
love
do we?
racing games? No, that's the thing. So this is the best way I can sum it up. When I play video games, I use that as not that my life sucks. But it is an escape. It's something different from reality. You get to all the different video games that we play. We get to go on different adventures and experience different worlds and genres, whether it's puzzle games, adventure games, whatever. And so I find, and it's the same with sports games, but we'll save that for another day. I like games that are unrealistic. So if I'm playing a car game, I want something like Excite Truck. I want something like F-Zero. I want something like, what's that big PlayStation one where they're all smashy into each other?
Oh, Burnout, maybe?
But no, I don't know. Burnout, maybe. The ice cream truck
Oh,
guy.
yeah, I know the one with the evil clown.
Oh, yeah. Again, so memorable. But I like to play games that are ridiculously unrealistic. I don't know. What about you? Why do you? So when you get these realistic racing games, I feel like that's so not appealing to me.
The footage has started with not Forza Horizon, Gran Turismo, and even like the Gran Turismo from the PS1 to now, I'm just like, it is so boring, and I don't care, and I'm not a car person, right? So I'll play arcadey fun racing games.
Yes,
But these realistic ones, like I guess Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo are just so boring. And then they weren't on Nintendo platforms. Like there is no realistic Nintendo racer anyway. But like, I just don't care. And then fine tuning everything and having the difference between, if it's raining or slightly windy and that affects the car in some way. That is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But they look beautiful. They always seem to be like a launch title, right? Because the racing games look amazing.
Yeah, I feel like every year they rant and rave about, the graphics for this game, so awesome. And it's just like, they were saying how good the graphics were 10 years ago, and they'll be saying how good the graphics are 10 years from now. Like, I just don't get it. But I know that, I feel like Jeffrey Robertson will at least listen this far. And that man, he always, well, not always, but he would buy like the steering wheel and like the pedals and stuff. And I remember going over to his house and playing, and like, because you go to an arcade and it's just pedal to the metal, like foot to the floor, and obviously with Gran Turismo, it doesn't work like that. You have to treat it like a car. So you just put a little bit on the accelerator and you change gears, and if you give it,
you want your foot down on the accelerator the entire time.
But if you do that, then the wheels spin like a normal car would. But the difference to me is when you sit in a normal car and you feel that happening, whereas when you're just kind of sitting in your living room with a steering wheel, unless you've got a big rig thing to sit on, I don't know, you just don't feel it, and I just don't get it. I don't get the realism stuff.
Give us the arcade racing games. Like we've got Mario Kart here on the screen, Nick.
Yep.
Is Mario Kart a racing game?
Absolutely. What else would you call it?
Oh yeah, of course it is. I don't know. Racing. It's a kart racer, isn't it? It's its own genre.
It's a kart racer, yeah. But also then, like, what would you call, say Excite Truck? Is that a racing game? What would you call Rocket? What would you call Rocket League?
I reckon there's a few categories. There's the kart racer, there's the simulator, and then there's I reckon arcade style racing games, right? And maybe they're more on the more realistic stuff, but I think even the arcade racing games I don't really care for too much either. Like I tried Forza Horizon 5. I played it. You know, it's on Game Pass, and I played it for I reckon half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think I remember more about the creator character than I do racing anything in the game, and I didn't care.
I don't know. That's the thing. I like racing. I don't mind racing when it comes to, say, Grand Theft Auto, but then that's like when you do the side mission races and stuff like that. They're fun, but they're not, again, not realistic. So I think you hit the nail on the head when you said you got like kart races, you got races, whatever, but then you have simulators, and so games like Gran Turismo or Forza who do try to get this realism, I think those are the ones that bug me. Like when we played the NBA 2K20, and it's just like it's trying to be so realistic, and it's got 10,000 buttons, and it's just not fun.
Too much.
But what do you think of the Mario Kart arcade game versus you've played the Mario Kart arcade game, right?
Yeah, well, of course. Like the latest one's got Pac-Man and it takes your picture and stuff, and then the steering wheel vibrates, and I don't know, I can't remember if there's a pedal. There probably is.
Yeah.
But that's all crazy fun, and I love Daytona USA or whatever it's called. The 1994 arcade one,
classic, right?
Whatever it is, I cannot resist wanting to play that every time I'm in an arcade. Right?
Yeah.
I want to do that, and I want to feel, do the gear shifts, and then even
so,
how I said I want to have want to have the accelerator down the whole time. Even in Daytona, I'm like, nah, you gotta lift that accelerator off when you go around that corner, otherwise you'll slide out or hit the wall.
Yeah. Do you know my dad has a Daytona in his house, in his apartment?
What?
Yeah, it has three
or one. It's got to be two.
Yeah. It's got a pair.
Surely they don't sell them in one.
I don't think so. But he's got 3 pinball machines and a Daytona. And he's good at Daytona. He just he's real good at Daytona.
Man, what? You should invite me over and I'll play Daytona.
Well, I think I said to him as well a year ago, I should bring Jeff over and do a Nick versus Jeff at on this Daytona. But
I'd love that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But I don't know. You thinking about, I guess, realistic racing games. I played a lot of Need for Speed 2 Underground as a kid.
I played Need for Speed 1 Underground.
Yeah,
I can't believe you played 2.
Number 2 is so much better.
It's odd. No, number 1. It's got the soundtracks.
No, but number 1 had the better sound. Sorry, number 2 had the better soundtrack. Opening menu. Brum dum dum. Dum
Yeah, that was definitely number 1.
No, that was number 2.
No, was it in number 2 as well?
Well, that was it's like the opening song.
No, it's in number 1.
No, it's number 2.
I know. I just watched the trailer for it.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I have it sitting right there. I'm pretty sure it's number 2. That was one that Dad and I played a lot.
I don't think I had it on GameCube. I think my friends had it on PS2, and we played a hell of a lot. And I remember as always, all the races are at night. Need for Speed Underground one, all the races are at night time, but it was the certain mode where you would go flat out and you'd have to flick your NOS at the right time, right? And it kind of reminds me of it was easy because you didn't have to steer. You just hit left and right, and it stayed in your lane. And all I'm thinking about is all the mobile game. I don't know, Subway Surfers, all that Sonic game we played.
Yeah.
All those mobile games are essentially that same style of racing where you're in your lane and then you just got to pick left or right to stay, avoid all the obstacles.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I tell you,
but then they had drift levels and then normal racing levels as well.
Yeah, and since the title of the video is going to be how much racing games suck, but the more we're talking about them, the more I'm maybe they don't suck. But it's just the Sims. It's just the ones that are going for the realistic ones. When you can just go hold down the accelerator in your car, just going over jumps and all sorts of crazy cool fun stuff. That's fun to me. But those, say, I think you put it in the topic list as well. The realistic racing games that have a line that you should be following with the racing. Can you follow that line?
Well, I try to, right? And then you're supposed to. But it's not really fun. Okay, I'm not looking at the corners or what's coming up. I'm looking at that line the entire time. And maybe it's just first-person shooters where you look at the reticule in the middle the whole time. I don't know. it doesn't seem
Yeah.
fun to me. Like, I don't want to follow the path. I want to go off to that shortcut. But the auto line thing where you should be to get like the turns at the best angle,
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't seem.
Can you imagine if they put that in Mario Kart? It takes out all the fun. Like, oh, this is the path you should follow. No. Let me be a free range chicken.
My favorite thing in Mario Kart 8 is when you can turn the accelerator on permanently, and you don't have to press it.
Oh yeah, you don't have to hold down the accelerator. Yeah, but you just said before, hold on. Oh crap, I've lost it.
Oh,
Damn it!
Terrible podcasting.
It's terrible podcasting.
You're talking about the realistic lines.
Oh yes.
Appear.
So yeah, you your preference. That's right. I was going to segue into your preference. Do you prefer to drive? How do you drive when you drive in a driving game? First person, like you're in the cockpit. Third person.
I always, if there's an option, right, I always want the most zoomed out view possible, right?
Yes,
and
the same.
The default view is pretty close to the car.
Yes.
I'm like, why would you want that? Like, I want to see more of what's coming up ahead or what other vehicles are beside me. And you wouldn't get that. Like, sure, I remember playing F-Zero GX on first person for like one lap. I'm like, it is so dumb and it's useless. But all the simulator games also emphasis on being in the cockpit view.
Yes.
And I just like, I do this in real life, right?
Yes.
I don't want that to be my view. I want to zoom out and see the world.
Oh, although you know what, I'm 100% with you. I hate being in the cockpit, like, or even there's even a mode in, I think, in F-Zero Beyond that where it gets rid of the cockpit altogether, and you're sitting on the front of the car or something, which is just like, oh god, so much worse. But I'm with you.
Too fast.
No, I always want that most zoomed out view, so you get your biggest field of view, so you can see, the turns coming up, and you can sort of prepare and brake for them. But there is an exclusion, I think.
Yes.
So I haven't played any racing games in VR. Right? I don't know if you have.
Ooh.
Have you played any racing games in VR?
No, I don't. The VR is not for me, Nick.
No, I didn't think so. But I did.
Are there any? I'm sure there is.
There would be. There absolutely would be. But I did play. It was the Battlefront 2 free expansion thing. It was like the X-Wing experience. It went for like an hour, 2 hours, or something like that. Man, I tell you what. Because normally in Star Wars games as well, I'll have that most zoomed out view of the ship so you can fly around and see everything.
Yeah.
No, like playing in VR, sitting on my couch, putting this thing on, putting the headphones on, and feeling like I'm sitting in an X-Wing and like having little hands and like, I don't know, what does this switch do? Oh, okay. What does this switch do? Oh, it raises the top and lowers the top. Oh, that's cool. Ooh. Cockpit mode for VR was awesome. Oh my god!
Wow, that Nick, maybe racing games don't suck. That sounds really awesome.
But also, it was Star Wars, and I'm a sucker. So.
Yeah, but that's still. But obviously, it's built for that experience, right? But hearing it in VR, because that means you are like you're doing the real life thing, but in a more fun way, where you can crash and go fast and blah blah blah. Like, damn, that sounds totally fun. I would like.
There was a free game with PlayStation Plus maybe like a year ago, Star Wars Rogue Squadrons. Rogue, I don't know, Star Wars something. But I added it to my library, and it's still downloaded on my PS5, and I'm saving it for when PSVR 2 comes out, because I'm gonna buy PSVR 2, and I'm gonna play it then, because it's a first person. You can play it in first person VR.
Nick, so on screen right now, I just feel like I want to vent.
Oh yeah,
this is like Forza Horizon 3, right? We're up to 5.
Yes.
But Forza Horizon, I saw this on an Xbox presentation. I'm like, it's Australia, right? I thought, damn, how cool is that? And Forza Horizon 3, by the time I got a good PC or an Xbox or whatever, it is not on Game Pass, because they couldn't be bothered to renew all the car licenses or the music licenses or something. So I can never experience this game unless I pay full price or I get a disc drive Xbox, which I don't have. And I think that's why I was sort of pissed, because I'm like, being in Australia, right? Like, that's cool. Well,
But
to
also,
me,
like,
you know,
mean, I'm looking at the game, and like, if you didn't tell me it was in Australia, I don't know if I could
think
look at it.
I think
and
if
be
you
like,
saw the trailer, you would.
Right,
There's
okay.
little things I just remember at the trailer is like they would show garbage bins, and like I knew, whoa, they are Australian garbage
Garbage
bins, right? Like it's like stupid stuff like that.
Right, okay.
But yeah, like this is one I want to play, but I can't play it easily, and it makes me sad. And I think that's why I don't care about Forza Horizon, even though it's arcadey, fun racing games. It's not ones I can play. So that way, I'm like dusting my hands of all of them.
I was gonna say someone might be mad because we were talking about racing sims and how we don't like the simulation ones. I've never actually played a Forza game before because again, but it looks like it's just racing, right? Just crazy. It doesn't look like it's too realistic. Whereas Gran Turismo,
Yeah, so
I think
there's two versions of Forza.
Right.
Forza Motorsport, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many there are. And then there's Forza Horizon. And I think from number 3 onwards, they're like, let's just make this fun.
Right. Okay. So,
And Horizon's the fun one, like open world. That's like the 12 Apostles that's on the screen now, kind of thing.
Right. I wonder what the motorsport and the motorsport one is the realistic one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one if I would like to play, but yeah, Forza 5, Horizon 5, I'm like, yeah, just
interesting. You put on here. You put in the chat. Oh, Wipeout. I'm trying to remember what Wipeout was. I kept thinking of the.
That's a futuristic racer.
I kept thinking of
about F-Zero.
The Dreamworld ride.
Did you play? So you haven't played Wipeout then?
No, I definitely I've played like 3 or 4 Wipeouts back in the day on like the on my PSP and then on the Vita, and PS3. I think I played another Wipeout as well. But it just seems like I want to say no offense out there to the Wipeout people, but there is offense there. It just seems like a poor man's F-Zero. It really does. Like nothing feels as fast or fun. There's no Captain Falcon. It felt like F-Zero, but without the heart and soul. Just I don't know.
Well, there's that Switch F-Zero not knockoff. I guess they make it in Honor. What's the right word I'm thinking of?
Spiritual successor.
So there's the Fast RMX Racing or something. RMX Switch. It's like the F-Zero, spiritual, not sequel, but they made it like that style, and I just can't bring myself to buy it. Every time I see it, I'm like, damn, that looks cool. Is it on special? Oh, it is. $15. Yeah, maybe when it gets to 10.
But it's not really on your list. But I want to talk about the best racing games. So if you were to talk about maybe give me your best 3 racing games, best 3, best 5, however many you got.
I think I could definitely say F-Zero GX, right? I think we could go on about that for quite a while.
Yeah. How have they not made another one? Like seriously, how have they not made another one?
It's kind of insane, actually. I think I won. This will be. I'll throw you off, Nick.
Yeah.
It's a game I remember I played a whole heap on my computer for a long time, and I don't know if it counts, right?
Okay.
And it's Trackmania.
Oh,
Don't know if you ever heard of those ones.
Was that
if you played those ones?
Was that the little motorbike one with the? Oh no, that was like Elasta bike or whatever the hell it was.
No, it was not like a side truck, but like basically it's an arcade, and I'm gonna call it like a platformer more than a racing game. But like you are racing a vehicle, and then sometimes they're up walls and through loops. But it was trying to get the fastest possible time, and there was like hundreds of courses, and it was free.
Yes,
I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
But I played so many hours of that, and I felt like, to me, like I said, it's more about jumping or getting to the right place in the fastest speed possible than it is about the boring simulator racing.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
That's one I played. I played heaps. Need for Speed Underground.
Okay.
Just the first one. I got burnt out by the rest.
Okay.
And then one of the other ones is I think it's Burnout.
Okay.
The first Burnout, I think it was, but it was like you could race, and then the fun part is cause the biggest, most expensive crash possible.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But okay.
And that was on, I think that was on the GameCube. I borrowed that off someone, and I played a
Right.
hell of a lot of that one. And then I
Okay.
could say Mario Kart, but
I was gonna say it has to be Mario Kart, but we actually I want to talk about Mario Kart in a second a little bit more. But
What about
yeah,
you? What about non-Mario Kart racing ones, Nick?
oh well, Mario Kart first of all, but like F-Zero for sure. I think the latest Sonic Sega All Stars Racing, it's not a bad racing game. I think, but when we played it, it was very ugly at the time. But I guess we sort of forgive Mario Kart for being kind of ugly as well. I don't know.
Wasn't that on PS4?
I think it was PS3 we played it on. We did like a Nick versus Jeff, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure if
Oh
we
no,
played
it's
on
Crash Team. I'm thinking of a Crash Team Racing,
Oh yeah.
the kart racer.
But like Excite Truck and then Excite Bots, I played 50 hours of those games easy.
It's like that. That's racing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous racing, but still racing. What else? That's the thing.
I didn't put an Excite truck or bots
Two?
trailer because they weren't HD. So
Oh, yeah, of
I didn't
course.
put them in the
yeah,
put
fair.
them in the playlist.
I appreciate that. That'll make it easy for my editing. But yeah, what else? There's really not that many racing games that I've like. There's been lots of
No.
racing that has been in games that, like, you know, like I was saying before, Grand Theft Auto or even like Watch Dogs and stuff like that. Like you do races in the game, but that's a part of the game. It's not the game itself. So I don't know.
And then so, like, even about races in games, right? Like, does that count? Like, you think about even Spider-Man. There's races in Spider-Man, right?
There is, yeah,
But then you're not racing a car or a vehicle.
yeah.
It's an obstacle
Obstacle
platforming
course,
sort of challenge, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not
but
really
I still like those. Like that's still fun. I mean, it is a race, but you're not using a car. But
What
anyway,
about Diddy Kong Racing, Nick?
I was gonna say that I don't know. That's a very sort of beloved game we played a lot as kids. It was fine, but again, it's still no Mario Kart. This is sort of what I wanted to get onto next. At least what crashes on the screen. People rant and rave.
Let's go. I think I've tapped out of the racing games I've played.
But people talk all the time like about how Crash Team Racing's so good. It's like the best kart racer ever. No, it's not. Diddy Kong Racing, it had its time. It's dead now. Even what's the Mod Nation Races? Remember like when when
that was
PlayStation tried to do their Mod Nation, you know, they went through their phase of trying to rip off Nintendo with Mod Nation Races and then All Stars Battle Royale.
Big Planet Kart.
Yeah,
You know what, actually, a very side tangent. You know how I got that super duper micro SD card and I downloaded everything?
Yes.
I tried like all the Brawl out. I wonder if there's anything new. And the game that was like Smash Brothers just before Smash Brothers came out. And damn, it's just like, this sucks.
It does,
Why
right?
can't it just be exactly like Smash Brothers? Don't try to do your own thing.
Just
make it Smash Brothers. Just make it Mario Kart.
Yes.
Like, so Crash Team Racing, did Sonic Team Racing, do they do their own little things? Like,
the Sonic one is pretty close to Mario Kart. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely does a lot better.
One is, yeah.
Yeah, it does a lot better job than I think Crash Team Racing and especially Mod Nation Races. But like the Sonic one's not bad, but again, it's still Sonic. Again, in that instance, is still second to Mario. Like every Mario Kart, it's just from the Super Nintendo to the 64 to the GameCube one. I still really like it, but a lot of people shit on it. But even Mario Kart on Wii, on the DS, on the 3DS, on the Wii U, and then ported to the Switch, which is, you know, it's a whole other thing. But we're getting new tracks now. Even on the iPhone, that's probably the lowest one. I put that at the bottom. But that was fun for a few weeks as well.
Yeah, I had fun for a few weeks. Actually, I think the 64 one has not aged great, but the other ones. But like, I remember when we did that Crash Team Racing or Crash Nitro Kart remastered or whatever it was. I'm like, it wasn't Mario Kart, and I was so frustrated that the controls weren't exactly like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Or the gameplay wasn't. Like, they tried to do their own thing, and I'm like, okay, you just named all those Mario Kart games, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling racing game, period. Like, tenfold over everything else that we've talked about, right?
Yes.
Like, it's probably like 50 million copies.
Easy.
I don't really know, but probably, right?
Yeah.
Emulate that exactly if you want your kart racer to sell.
Yes. Exactly, and that's maybe I've had people that watch the Crash Team Racing video of Nick versus Jeff will be like, man, you guys suck at Crash Team Racing. It's like, no, Crash Team Racing sucks. We don't suck. The game sucks. It's just like, it's just not. People have, I don't know. It really just is so inferior to Mario Kart in every way possible. It is just the best. Mario Kart is just the best racing game. Yeah. There's nothing even that comes close. Like, just make it exactly this. Just like when PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, the game has the characters are there, and they thought of cool ways. Like, they put Nathan Drake as a character, and even in like, I don't know, say Marvel vs. Capcom, they made Phoenix Wright a character, like a lawyer in a fighting game, fighting Iron Man. Like, okay, they make it work. Just PlayStation All-Stars, if you'd have just made the same physics and same style as Smash Brothers, they could have had a really successful franchise. But you're just like, no, we can't be the exact same. We got to be different. And then what'd you do? You shit the bed, and now they're not making another PlayStation All-Stars again.
Nick, you played Need for Speed Underground 2 a lot. You said, right? And I can see it's on the screen. One of them on the screen.
Yes.
There's been so many other Need for Speed games, right? And they're arcadey, they're fun. How come you didn't keep going to the next Need for Speed? Like, do you think there's like a reason?
I think so, and I think it's because it was still very much the same, if that makes sense. So I remember when I had my GameCube and then bought the Wii, there was like a pre-order bonus where you got Need for Speed Carbon as a
I remember that word, yes.
Yeah, Carbon or maybe Hot Pursuit, but I think it was Carbon. You got Need for Speed Carbon as like a pre-order, and I got it. And I took it home and I was playing it, and you look at this one on the screen now, like it's the PS2 game, and it's pretty much the same stuff. You drive from point A to point B, and you kind of look at a little bit of city lights flashing, and that's about it. I feel like it wasn't different enough, but like, how different can you make each one? Like Mario Kart. Whereas Mario Kart, every level has a different theme and different characters, and I don't know. Maybe we are big Nintendo fanboys, and we do love sucking Nintendo off so bad. But I don't know. I think it was just...
That's true. I think I don't really remember that much about Need for Speed Underground, but it was the one map, right? What was smart about that particular game? It was like one city map, but there was different levels, but then the levels would be like they'd mix and match different parts of the city, or they'd overlap parts. So like, on one course you'd do this, but on the next course you'd actually go over 3 of those streets you went over.
Yes.
Right? And I thought at the time, that's so clever, and I'm presuming most of these other newer racing games are all like one big open world where they do the same sort of thing, but I don't know, not quite as good as that Need for Speed Underground and that music.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's a better way I can compare it? Because I was trying to just say, going from Need for Speed 1, Need for Speed 2, and Carbon, and they're just kind of the same. I feel like I could kind of compare it to the same way, you got FIFA 2015, FIFA 2016, FIFA 2017, FIFA 2018, and like not much really changes each year, and I feel like there's not that much different.
Especially not for the Switch versions.
Yeah. But I think that's sort of the best way I can sort of describe it. It's not different enough. Whereas even looking at this Sonic trailer that's on screen, like as it switches from, they
were going up walls just then.
I know, like from each different race to different race to different race, you can tell each map or each course is different and unique and just fun. Not to mention you have all the different characters you can choose from, and I don't know. We're just not car people. Like this Formula One crap that really doesn't appeal to me whatsoever.
I think this one's a Trackmania one on screen, maybe.
All right.
Yeah. Nick, so our favorite game is our favorite racing game is Mario Kart. I think we'll put it down to that.
Of course. Then I'd say probably closely followed by F-Zero, maybe?
I want to say F-Zero, but it's a dead franchise.
It is, yeah. No,
I want a new one.
I agree with you. Oh, it is Trackmania. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah. I do remember playing this. This was fun. It's like, just look how ridiculous it is. Like that's fun. That's fun.
It's cool.
Video games are
There
meant
was
to be
like
fun.
there was like the PS3 one. I think I put it on the trailer, like the Xbox, not my Xbox, Motorstorm or something like that. Motorstorm Apocalypse, where all the courses would like self-destruct as you'd play them at each lap or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think it got banned in New Zealand for because there was an earthquake or some sort of catastrophe.
Yeah. Diddy Kong Racing, another dead franchise. Like, why would they make another Diddy Kong Racing when they've got Mario Kart just selling gangbusters?
Nick, I think we might be at the end. But
yeah, we're getting pretty close. What
unless you got some other topics to think about.
Let's see. What else did you put in your does Mario Kart count as a racing game? Absolutely it does. Early racing games we played, Wipeout. Oh god, Wipeout was just simulators. Yeah, Forza and Gran Turismo. Racing accessories. Remember like the Wii wheel? With the
I was going to say the Wii wheel that came with Mario Kart Wii.
You
for
get
some
like
stupid reason.
But that's I thought it was stupid as well. Just a little piece of literally just a piece of plastic that you put your Wii remote in.
I love the button on the back.
Yes, but it made it simple for kids. I think like from 1 or 2 years old, kids get little toy steering wheels or whatever, and it's you put in. Star Wars Pod Racing. Yeah. Oh, I played a crap ton of that as a kid growing up. Oh, wow, that's a nice little thing to end on. Oh my god, yeah, Pod Racing.
There's one thing back to like Need for Speed style games, right, Nick? Bring this full circle. You've got a new car. When I played the more realistic looking graphic racing games, when I got behind the wheel of a car, I wanted to go like fast, or driving felt slow.
Yes.
After playing those games, and like, damn, and that's where that Need for Speed, name like just came from. Like you need it. You want to go
movie
fast.
About a bus where it's speed went above 50, and if its speed dropped below, it would explode. I think it was called The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down. Speaking of slowing down. Time to wrap this up. Oh, actually,
time to wrap it up.
If you've listened this far, my new car is a Subaru WRX. Everyone's been asking me. People have been asking me what new car I've got. Congratulations on being one of the 3 people that have made it to the end to listen and find out. It is an orange Subaru WRX 2022, and I love it. And it's awesome.
How come you're not telling anyone about the car?
I think just because I want to. Like just rock up into a car park and people will be like, "Oh, that's a flashy car. What? Nick's driving that? What is that?"
Oh yeah, you need that. You need that personalized plate, Nick.
Nah. I did talk to Keats about that. I was like, I could get NIX WRX.
Oh yeah, he said that, and I've got a really big pet peeve about license plates, right?
Oh,
if it's let's say it's a BMW, and I don't know cars, but it was a BMW model like '02, right? And that was the license plate. I feel like that is so dumb. That is such a waste of money. And then when he said Nick's WRX, I'm like, oh, I like that one. Like that one's really good. Because it's whose WRX is it? Nick's.
But it's Nick's with an X. So it's
that's fine.
So, and I thought that was, I think it's clever, but
I think it's clever too. But then it would be like a waste for a license plate,
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I could only ever use it for the WRX, right?
Meanwhile, I have lots of fancy cars and lots of fancy license plates that are now just sitting on the ground doing nothing.
Anyway, well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching or listening. Let us know your opinions on like how you feel about racing games. Are we just negative Nellies that just don't? It's whatever's your cup of tea. I like different cups of tea, coffee, whatever you want to drink. But simulator race, like realistic racing games, not for us. We want fun stuff.
We want arcade racing, but really we just want more Mario Kart. So please, by the time this gets uploaded, Wave 2 of the DLC tracks will be out.
Is that coming? When's that out? Oh God.
No one knows.
Oh, that's what pet peeve. Thinking about racing or just vehicles in general. Days Gone had a fuel tank. There's a fine line. There's a fine line of like realism and fun. If you give a fuel tank to a vehicle in a video game, just kill yourself. Just like not. And like that, the motorbike literally, you'd ride like 5 kilometers and the damn thing was out of fuel. Oh, anyway, I'll go off if I get it. Like it literally, it went nowhere and you'd run out of fuel.
The motorbike in Breath of the Wild was better, but it also had a fuel problem.
Oh, it does. It does. Oh my God.
Nick, where can people find us?
They can find us at youtube.com/Nick and Jeff and facebook.com/Nick and Jeff and on podcast services of your choice.
And with that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please.
Please
I'll
do.
get rid of the Mo if we get more subscribers.
No, keep the Mo. More subscribers means keeping the Mo.
Nick will grow a beard if we get more subscribers.
I'll try. Jesus. Can you imagine? God, that's never going to happen.
All right. Love you, Nick.
Love you too, Jeffrey. Bye.